Tell me a little bit about Concrete Utopia. I think we just found out that this is South Korea's submission to the Oscars this year, I believe.
Yeah, they had announced that literally the day before I stood in the rush line. That's the main reason why I went there to catch this movie. It is one of the very few, because it's South Korean, that they had the whole cast out there. And boy, people were jumping over the Roy Thompson to get a closer view at them. It's got the boy from Parasite. People love this
Hey.
guy. They wouldn't even let them answer another question because they were all fangirling over him. This is a movie where a big disaster happens, leaving one massive condominium tower standing. And so everybody who lives there, who owns their spot, gets to stay, whereas they contemplate kicking everybody else out who is either just renting or doesn't have a place to stay there. And that's the movie. You get to see how certain characters develop. I think the strongest part of it is specifically this couple, where she's trying to stay true to helping other people, whereas he kind of becomes a soldier for the people running this place, deciding where they're going to ravage, who they leave out of it. And it's a very self-contained story for this. There are some really cool special effects sequences when dealing with the disaster, some flashbacks that happen here or there. But I think a lot of people are really going to vibe with this movie. I've liked it a bit more since I've seen it. And that mainly comes from like the character interactions and learning more about just how Korea deals with their property and who owns a home, and how that really kind of leads to where they stand in society. And this is a movie where it cuts through all that and kind of showcases that this is what Korea is going through now. And if they were to ever go through a disaster, let's show you exactly what it would look like in the most dire of circumstances. I've heard people call this a religious movie. No, I think it's more of a political movie, if anything, especially with dealing with, again, ownership and who is deemed a bigger citizen than somebody else. But then also kind of plays with some people can contribute more even if they don't own that land, and who would you keep, who would you not. Pretty good thriller, pretty good drama. I don't think it's in my top 5 to score out of the submissions.
And also
but
just the
I'll keep
thriller
an eye out for
aspects of it that you're talking about sound a little unusual for what the Oscars like, I guess. But I don't know, if it's well executed, then maybe it's got a shot.
Yeah, it could be. I can't think of another one from South Korea that I would pick, but it's a solid submission to have, and I think a lot of people are really going to vibe with it and like the themes that they have in there. And I think it has a very, very solid ending.
Yeah, I'm curious to check that one out as well.